We have a very newsworthy next guest, which is the newly appointed impeachment manager for the Democrats on that very trial we were discussing, Congressman Joe Neguse. Congressman, good to have you here. Your thoughts on what accountability looks like?
Well, good to be with you, Ari. Accountability looks like a conviction in the United States Senate. Myself and my fellow managers, led by our lead impeachment manager, Jamie Raskin, all of us are experienced litigators. Some are former prosecutors. We've been preparing to present a very compelling case to the United States Senate when the trial commences. There is no question that this president gravely endangered the security of the United States. He threatened the integrity of the democratic system. He interfered with the peaceful transition of power and ultimately imperiled a co-equal branch of government. And it's important to hold him accountable. And in my view, that is essentially securing a conviction in the United States Senate and disqualifying him from holding any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States pursuant to the Constitution.
Let me play for you something that a noted Bush Republican said about some of the ideas that were being kicked around as potential defenses for Donald Trump, why they were so bad, that Karl Rove thought Giuliani's ideas might actually make it more likely that you would win, that you might win this conviction. Pardon me. Take a listen.
When he suggested that the argument was going to be, well, there couldn't have been incitement because all the charges of widespread voter fraud are true. Frankly, they aren't. They have been given every opportunity to prove them in a court of law and have failed to do so. So I think it really boils down to what's the defense that the president is going to make. And if it's Rudy Giuliani's defense, I think it raises the likelihood of more than 17 Republicans voting for conviction.
How do you approach that, and what is your core argument to Republicans who may not agree with you on all of your criticisms of Donald Trump, but are open to hearing the evidence in a case about this high crime, allegedly, this national security infraction?
Well, for the first time, I suppose I agree with Karl Rove. I mean, look, the president is entitled to his own counsel, but to potentially appoint someone like Rudy Giuliani, who, by all accounts, assisted the president in terms of inciting the very insurrection that is the subject of the impeachment trial, wouldn't be a prudent legal strategy in my view. But of course, that's his own judgment. Look, I think at the end of the day, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Americans of good faith all recognize that what happened on January 6th can never happen again. As Liz Cheney said so eloquently during the impeachment proceedings in the House, this president incited the mob. He summoned the mob. He assembled the mob. He lit the flame of the attack. And of course, every single United States senator was a witness and ultimately a victim to the armed insurrection. Many of the managers, I was on the floor of the House the day that the armed insurrection took place. We all experienced it in real time. It is abundantly clear that this president has no interest in ensuring the peaceful transfer of power. And I think that ultimately, if the senators apply an impartial lens to the evidence that we present during the trial, I think that they will reach the same conclusion that Republicans and Democrats in the House reached, which is that the president committed a high crime and misdemeanor and that he ought to be convicted.
Congressman Neguse, this is a busy time for you. As I mentioned, one of the new impeachment managers will be checking in with you throughout, of course, this trial as well. I thank you for your time tonight, sir.
Thank you, Ari.
Appreciate it. We have now